Well, hello everyone. Welcome to CiNEMACHiNE. I'm Al. I'm here with Ryan
Howdy.
and Brandon.
Hello there.
Well, Ryan, we had a show without you last week, so you feeling better?
I am feeling a lot better.
Yeah, but bubble
Important
guts.
question though. Did you? I did not have bubble guts. But did you take advantage of that Mondo free shipping that I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Thank you for sending that over, by the way,
No problem.
via text. If other friends would do stuff like that, we might have some good deals. But
Thank you,
just
Ryan.
saying. Yeah, I did. I think Brandon and I both did. I don't know if I don't think you.
Well, you both are welcome then.
Did you get the upgrade album? I know you sent it over.
I did not. I'm trying to decide whether to place an order for 3 records. Actually,
are you sending in a message via chat or email or giving a phone call saying, "Hey guys, Adele's album's coming out tomorrow. Can we please print my Justice League?
Please?
Can we please press my Justice League?"
It's so long ago.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
Some people have got them, haven't they, Ryan?
Yes, they have, Brandon. I need mine.
Well, I was kind of thinking, Brandon and I were after the Home Alone album that Chris has, the Mondo Home Alone album, John Williams, and it's already sold out. It sold out within a couple hours, so yay!
Surprised it took that long, honestly.
I mean, I'm guessing a couple hours because I looked within a couple hours. Like I had stuff to do.
You weren't monitoring it by the minute.
I was beforehand. I was constantly
refreshing, searching.
Felt like I was getting tickets
frantically
to a concert or something.
Trying to figure out what I was doing wrong because I couldn't find it. I ended up Googling just Mondo Home Alone and found the page because I went to that page before the sale started and it gave a 404.
Honestly,
thing.
Their site is not great for shopping vinyl, especially on your phone.
You know what site I do think is good though for shopping vinyl? Comeback Vinyl.
It's a good
album. It's a good website.
Speaking of Ryan.
No, we were speaking about
I saw that Comeback had the new T Swift CD, some signed copies today.
Yeah.
I know. I honestly I want that record, but I want the original one. Sorry, Taylor.
Well, I was gonna say you should get it for your wife. I wasn't talking about for you, but fine if you like that kind of thing. That's great.
Actually, I really like that album.
It helps him through breakups.
We talked about that before on here.
Nope.
Is it not a new album?
No, she did. She re-recorded all of her albums. They're called the Taylor versions or whatever, because somebody bought the rights to all of her songs. And she wanted to kind of pull a fast one on them. And she went up and did a whole another route where she re-recorded the albums in a different way. So it's kind of like the director's cut version of all. And she's doing all of her albums like that.
What an artist.
So she has a 10-minute version of one of her songs. They just keep is
it called Freebird?
No, it's called I'm Not Gonna Listen to It. But
love it. It's a good title for a song.
I don't have anything against Taylor Swift. At least she writes her own songs. I'll say that. I don't know. Her music is more for young teenagers, in my opinion, but just not my thing.
So
but she and Adele are the highest selling musicians now. So it's kind of ridiculous. So people that actually write music and Adele doesn't write the music. She writes some of the lyrics. So, but she's Adele is like a method musician. She has to get a breakup. Well, both of them do. They have to have a breakup to have an album. So I feel bad for both of them. Just get it together, gals. She
gets excited when she breaks up with somebody. Yes, inspiration.
Oh, I'm gonna go diamond. So that breakup was terrible. I'm about to get rich. So, anyway, Ryan, do you want to tell everybody where they can find us before we get started here?
Yeah, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're putting out. We are on Instagram at CiNEMAChinePod, and we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CiNEMAChinePod. We appreciate all the support that we get there.
So I'm going to kind of harken back to Tuesday night. I jumped on to Capecast for a second.
Yeah, thanks for that. That was great.
Well, I rewatched before, like as I was going up the stairs. I wasn't watching the show because I went from the TV up to the computer. And so I went to see like before and after. And before, you guys are just like, okay, we're talking about Spider-Man, Al's a jerk, kind of stuff. And then I get on and you're just, oh God. And we laugh, we cut up and everything. Literally get off and Alan goes, I don't even know where we were. And y'all are all like off kilter. So I did my job. It was fun. It was fun. So.
Thank you. You ruined the show.
That's what my mom said. So anyway.
Brandon, why do you look so small tonight? You got a different camera working? You going back?
I'm sitting farther back.
Webcam?
Oh. Force perspective. He's doing the elf. Now you look like you're taking a school photo. So
I can see your own shirt in your glasses reflection.
Hating on my shirt tonight.
It's just, it's popping.
That beefy tee. So Ryan, I know that you're getting excited because of all the big things in your family that are happening and everything. But I know one thing that's really going to get you excited. And this is something you can add to your Christmas list. And you can frame an extra copy next to the poster you've had forever, because No Time to Die will be on Blu-ray in time for Christmas, my friend. So, look at that graphic. So, yeah. And
I'll take one.
I bet you will. I bet you will. Yeah, so I have yet to see this movie.
Same. Let's make a date.
I thought you said you were going with
come over and we'll watch it.
We'll watch it. Later on tonight, we'll tease this a little bit during Brandon's movies that he watched. He invited me over and then told me what they were watching, and I didn't go over. So we'll talk about what he watched later. So.
Granted, I did say come at your own risk.
Yeah,
you did. I agree. Basement Blues. I agree. It was a good flick.
He threw me a flare. Well, so Tony, I want to know: have you seen Dune yet? Because I know you had an option.
He did see Dune.
That's right.
On Instagram. Yeah,
that's right. Okay, so that, and then have you seen French Dispatch yet? I want to see that. All right, so I'm getting excited. My sister and I go Black Friday shopping. We go out into the wild, do Black Friday shopping with my younger sister. It's just it's not even about the shopping anymore. And we don't do like the crazy thing where people stand at the door. Nobody really does that anymore, but we never have done that. We just kind of go and have fun and laugh and cut up. It's almost like after Thanksgiving tradition at this point. So, I don't know, getting pretty excited because every year I go and then I set up with Brandon, Ryan. I'll be glad I go out, and if you have anything you want me to grab, I'll grab it. But the movies are really the only thing I go after on Black Friday, and there are already some on sale out there. So if you know of any good deals, let us know.
It's pretty much the only thing that
French Dispatch will have to be I think vinyl. There will be some vinyl this year.
Yeah, that's true. Vinyl this year.
Physical media
to look for.
Yeah, start getting those reel to reels pretty soon. They're gonna put those back in the store. So, all right. So Martin Scorsese.
No, don't go to it yet. I'm working on the graphic right now because this is a new story.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on.
Oh,
all right.
No.
Remember a couple weeks ago we talked about Quentin Tarantino is going to be selling some NFTs. Pulp Fiction. Sued by old Miramax. Thanks. We're selling his Pulp Fiction NFTs. So,
did you guys see David F. Sandberg tweeted somebody tweeted something about him selling NFTs for one of his movies. He quote tweeted it and he said, nope, not true. The F in my name actually stands for fungible.
Unless you send it to me, I don't see tweets. I'll just put it out there. So I am that person.
Brandon saw it, maybe, possibly.
I did see it, yeah.
Well,
thought I was dreaming.
All right, so one thing. Okay, so do you remember the movie Under Siege?
Yes.
Remember that? With Steven Seagal.
So I should preface that the reason why this story is on the docs because Ryan has lots of Steven Seagal movies on his digital library.
I love Steven Seagal movies.
I just felt like it was something that he.
Well, the original Under Siege was filmed in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama.
That is not surprising.
It was filmed on the battleship out there, so the USS Alabama, which I have been on many a school field trip to visit. So it was pretty interesting to watch. I don't know how to say this fellow's name. Timo Tahanyanto. Is that how you say it?
That was perfect, Al. Perfect.
I'm sure it was. I don't mean anybody any offense, but I just don't know how to say it. Tayanto. Anyway, he's going to be rebooting this for HBO Max.
What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, are you excited?
This is probably my favorite Steven Seagal movie because he's a chef, but turns out he's a Navy SEAL, decorated Navy SEAL.
First movie without a ponytail.
Yeah.
Isn't Tommy Lee Jones in it?
Yep. Tommy Jones is the bad guy.
I don't know. Go ahead, remake it, but it's just
file this movie. Under I don't care.
Right? Exactly.
Here he goes. Brandon's got it on. He's gonna lock it up.
Name who's gonna know even that this is a remake?
Yeah. If they get to Under Siege 2 and make it just as bad as Under Siege 2, Under Siege 2 is terrible. They call it Under Siege, yet they're on a train.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. So, Brandon, do you not like Steven Seagal movies?
I don't even know if I've seen one.
What?
None?
That's an atrocity.
So. I mean, I know.
There's no way you and your dad didn't watch.
I've seen clips, and they've been on. I'm sure, like passing, like clicking through channels back when that was a thing.
You need to go watch Glimmer Man. It's a great one. It's
watch
hilarious.
Above the Law.
Above the Law, yeah.
Doesn't he have like a cop reality show, or he had one?
He had one. Yeah, he's fat. Steven Fat Seagal now. He's up there with Marilyn Manson now. Has to lean up against stuff while he's running.
You've seen Glimmer Man, right, Al?
Yeah, with Keenan Ivory Wayans.
The the parking lot scene with the credit card.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something straight up. Keenan Ivory Wayans and Damon Wayans are so underrated. If you get a chance, go back and watch all of their stuff. The other Wayans brothers, not so great. The original Wayans are fantastic. And then go watch clips of In Living Color, and yeah, just it's so freaking hilarious. I
love that. He did that commencement speech. Was it last year? He did it. I think it was like a Zoom commencement speech.
Who's
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Okay.
That's the oldest, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the bit that he did at the end was like he was acting like, because he's old now, he's acting like he couldn't figure out how to end the thing, and he just got up and walked away, and he didn't have any pants on. He's completely naked.
I think I saw a clip of that.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, he's a funny one. I love In Living Color. Yeah, Living Color. I've been watching clips of that and Jiminy Glick on YouTube lately. I've lost many an hour watching Jiminy Glick.
I thought you were going to say protein because that's your go-to thing these days.
No, you use protein. You lose protein when everything has Adam Driver or John Barenthal in it.
Variety article.
Yeah, you get to know yourself very well. All right, so some big news.
I'm going to go to that story now, by the way. Anytime.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. So this just in. Martin Scorsese is directing a Grateful Dead biopic starring Jonah Hill.
Yes.
I don't care.
All right. Next story.
Thanks for doing that graphic, Brandon.
I don't care. I just don't care. I don't like the Grateful Dead music, and
I don't have any. I like a lot of the art that comes from Grateful Dead, but I couldn't tell you any of their songs. But I do like Martin Scorsese, and I think that
I can't think of the last movie of his that I was just gaga over. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I can't think of a movie that I was just like, "All right, this is fantastic."
Did anybody ever see Silence?
Like no, but period? A lot of people say that it's good.
I was excited for it, and then it just kind of like came. I don't know what happened. Maybe the distribution wasn't there or something that like didn't make any kind of splash, and then
the subject matter wasn't attractive enough to Hollywood. It was
Adam Driver's in it, so you're all over it.
And Andrew Garfield, and
that's
Liam
why
Neeson.
That's why he didn't see the movie. He only watched the trailer.
Him in New York.
He was having to eat steak and drink Gatorade because he lost all that protein. So if I knew a guy that followed the Dead for about 6 or 7 years. Super cool guy, super smart guy, and he had some cool stories, but I could not imagine going to see the same band for like a week, like every day for a week in a row. I would be like, okay, but
2 nights in a row isn't like, that's a lot. Like I would go see like a lot of artists that I follow do like one night they'll play one album, the second night they'll play another album, that kind of thing, which is cool. Yeah. But like the kind of like Deadhead lifestyle that's a lot. Or like Widespread Panic has a similar, like all these jam bands.
Yeah, we knew some people that like Widespread Panic quite a bit. I saw Widespread Panic by accident at a festival. They were on before. I didn't know who Widespread Panic was. I was 13, maybe. I didn't know who they were, and they were playing before another band that I went to go see. And I was like, well, I'm going to get there early, and I'm going to chill. And I was just so mad that I was there listening to that. It's just not my thing. I don't like that scene at all. The artwork's cool. I
always see a lot of Mondo or Bottleneck stuff that's Grateful Dead. I'm like, that's really cool, but I don't like Grateful. Like I don't know anything about Grateful
I'm not going to represent them if I don't listen to. I just can't do that. I can't bring like the people that wear Slayer shirts and stuff like that have never listened to a Slayer song. It's just, I don't know. It's like a rule that I've had in my head my whole life, that and don't wear the band that you're going to see in concerts shirt to the concert. But I would say,
what about the shirt of the show that you do on another show that you do under the same umbrella?
Well, that's okay, because on here, this is like my uniform at this point. This is me showing you guys appreciation.
That thing probably reeks at this point.
I know. I can't imagine.
I've washed it, guys.
Yeah, okay, Al. All right.
Look, I'm doing my Tide commercial next week, okay? But no, Stanley George Miller and Peter Max are two of the better artists to ever, like in that era. I was very excited when I went to Woodstock 99 to see Peter Max's stuff up. Like that's who did all the art for, and then Stanley George Miller is the one that does. He started. I don't know if he does all or if he did all of the stuff for the Grateful Dead. But yeah, I don't know. I like the art, the aesthetics there. I felt okay wearing and collecting Woodstock stuff because I actually partook. But anyway, I see what you're saying.
Well, anyway, yeah, I just I'll give it a shot. Even not knowing anything really about the band besides the culture behind it, the people that follow the band, and the art, I still will, I mean, depending on all the players, Jonah Hill's going to be playing, Jerry Garcia, and like we already said.
You can just see it now. They're going to have to like green screen his finger off, and because Jerry Garcia was missing a finger, and I never understood why people think that Jerry Garcia was a good musician. I'd never heard him. I've listened to, like I said, I knew a guy that followed the Dead. He listened to the Dead all the time, tried to get me into it because I grew up as a metalhead, and but I was just never going to come over to that at that time in my life for sure. But I just never understood. People like put him on like greatest guitarist list of all time and stuff like that, and I just never got it. And I know John Mayer tours with them now, the Dead and Company. He's their guitarist now, so there must be stuff in there that I just didn't hear, but I just never have understood it. So if somebody can explain it to me.
People like what they like,
I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying I never got it. That's all I'm saying. All right. I know everybody here is a Harry Potter fan. They are getting the band back together, so to speak, for HBO Max. Harry Potter cast will be reuniting for a 20th anniversary. Man, that kicks you in the teeth if you don't feel old. That'll do it. So,
Ryan, how old were you when that movie came out?
He was born in the theater.
I don't know what year did it come out.
Well, 20 years ago, how old were you?
10.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. 20 years ago, 2001 was 10. Yeah.
Good Lord. You're young. You're so young. 10 years old.
I just remember being really excited about it because I was in the middle of the books.
Yeah, your voice was deepening while we were going to see this movie. like, hey, Mom, I'm going to see Harry Potter.
What's funny, I didn't see these movies until
the church.
I guess
it was okay.
No, that's actually that's actually true. Our church was not for these movies. Was the thing. No, I think I started watching them in preparation for Goblet of Fire. That was the first one I saw in theaters.
Really?
So I watched, the first three, a week or two before that.
Yeah, I think I've told my first interaction with my first realization of how big Harry Potter was. Did you ever try to read the books, or did you ever read the books?
No.
Brandon's still trying to get the hooked on.
My nephew's reading them right now, which I'm excited about. So,
Ryan, I know that you know how to read. Did you read the books?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I never really learned to read.
When these movies first started coming out, I was in the middle of reading them. So,
yeah, I read them all right before the fourth book came out. I read the first three back to back to back because I was like, what is this? What is this craziness that's going on? And I bought all but the first three. Well, actually, the third one I did, but I had first editions of all of them after that, from 3 on. And one day, one of my friends' kids, I was over at their house for dinner, and I still had them all on my shelf. Hardbacks, really nice collection. And they were like, I really want to read those Harry Potter books. And I was trying to be a nice person, and I was also cleaning out a lot of stuff. and I just gave them all to them. And I still regret that to this day. Like they were all like in pristine condition. Like if you think I take care of my Criterion, you should see how I used to take care of books. So, you should have seen the bags I had for those. So.
No.
I'm making a video of how to bag your books. so just make everybody mad. No,
put things in plastic.
This is how you bag your hypothetical Harry Potter books.
Yeah, before the tour I went on at the Warner Brothers, and Ryan went as well. So not with me, but I'm just saying we've both been. They have like a introduction from some of the cast and everything. So I feel like I've already kind of seen some of this, and having taken the tour and everything, I feel like I don't need to watch this. I might peek at it or something, but I'm not a big fan of like the reunions and stuff like that. I like to leave stuff alone. So are you guys amped up about this? Will you watch it? Do you even care?
I'm looking forward to it, partly because Katie's such a huge Harry Potter fan, and this is something that like I sent to her and she was pretty excited about. So, yeah, we'll watch it for sure.
Yeah, I didn't like. Seems like HBO is kind of doing the similar approach that they did with the Friends reunion thing, and I didn't see that one, but Melissa watched it. She enjoyed it, and I enjoy this franchise a lot, and so I think it would be fun to. And I wonder if it's like, I don't know, maybe wishful thinking, but it seems like it's inevitable that they're going to do the Cursed Child at some point. Mm. And so it would be a cool thing for them to kind of maybe have that as an announcement. Again, wishful thinking, but it's going to happen at some point. Why not at the reunion?
How about we don't make any more Harry Potter content for a while?
Hey, I'd be down for I hear the Cursed Child apparently is really good, so I'd be.
It's what everybody was saying about this other stuff that came out, the Fantastic Beast.
It's not that. It's not based on. It's not a book. It's just a book within the universe.
Right. I understand that. I'm just saying that people thought that the movies, but people said the first movie was good, and then we got sucked into that tractor beam, and it just.
I don't remember people saying that.
I'm not saying there was like a groundswell. I'm saying people. I'm just saying people did say it was
a few people.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. But yeah, I'm interested in watching this. What is it like? Is it New Year's Day that it's dropping? Is that what the?
Yeah.
And there's a contest beforehand to where you, Brandon, if you so please, you can win the Tournament of Houses Championship trophy.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's like a bracket style quiz competition for Potterheads, as they call them. And the cameos will be from Tom Felton, Simon Fisher Becker, Shirley Henderson, and Luke Youngblood, as well as stars Pete Davidson and Jay Leno.
Interesting.
Why? They said Potterheads. They didn't say that type of head. So anyway,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Isn't what's her face? Gosh, I'm so terrible with names. Helen Mirren. Isn't Helen Mirren hosting the thing?
Yeah.
Is there a connection there? She wasn't in the movies.
Apparently, she's a huge Harry Potter fan, and the quote was like, "Do I?"
That makes sense to me then. If she's a fan.
Yeah, I mean, so is Katie. Why didn't they ask her?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't like pregnant people. That's what it is.
Yep.
Anti-pregnites.
Oh, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
She's controversial. I mean, come on.
Jeez. Anyway, I think it'll be pretty good. It'll be pretty good. But I don't know.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay, you set up your drops. You know what? I think it'll be pretty good. Click.
I like how you drop them right in the middle of somebody talking. It's like just awkward. So, all right.
You guys okay?
Let's talk about the story of the day. I mean, the biggest story of the day, everybody. Can't believe this is happening. It only happens every time somebody mentions Ghostbusters, but high C ecto coolers are coming back. Yeah. It's going to be hard to get them because everybody's going to run out and get them and act like they love them.
Well, no, I think it's something to do with Instagram. It's like an Instagram, not contest, but there's like a thing you have to do through Instagram to be able to be eligible to get them.
And
it's probably already over at this point.
The ecto cooler thing. When I was a kid, see, that's the thing. I'm allergic to most of those types of juices, so I can't really partake. So while everybody was
no wonder your life is so like bitter. I couldn't drink these things growing up.
Oh man!
So like while everybody else was,
well, the kids were having Kool-Aid.
My hair is red.
I
can't get in the sun.
Here's the thing.
Drink ecto cooler.
Oddly enough, the reason I can't drink these is because
point of living?
Most of these drinks have red dye in them, and I can't have red dye, which is the most ironic thing ever. So, yeah, it's I mean, they did this a little bit during. They brought it back into stores whenever they released the last Abomination. So I don't know. I'm kind of tired of seeing this movie advertised. They're getting too cutesy and stuff with it, and I'm over it now at this point, and just have no interest in seeing it anymore. If I see it, I'm not like as anti as I was the last one.
You told us that at the very end randomly of the show, so we're aware.
Yeah, it's
not a movie for Al.
Well, it's just they're getting too schmaltzy with it, and
you're more negative towards this one than you were the one that actually was and looked terrible and was terrible.
No, I don't want. I know I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna watch that one. This one I may see someday. I'm not gonna actively see it. I'm not gonna go out and seek out to see it.
You're gonna passively see it.
I'm just saying if it's,
he's walking through a room and he's like, "Oh, that movie's on."
If I'm wrong about this one, that's fine. But there was no doubt in my mind I wasn't wrong about the last one, and I didn't need to see it to figure that out. So, for the longest time, I thought they were going to do this one right, and they did. But then they just went overboard. It's just they're trying to Disney-fy it too much. It's just too. I don't know. It's just too milquetoast, and
I mean,
it's not a Spielberg like Ghostbusters is not a Spielberg movie, and this feels like a drama kind of Spielbergian type thing, and it's just not. That's not what Ghostbusters is. So, not gonna say it.
Well, it looks good,
and something I was very excited about, but then I found out they're not going to have one cast member in. Party Down is partying again on Stars. And they're not going to have Lizzie Kaplan, which I like Lizzie Kaplan a lot. And Kim Marino on there, I saw him in an interview the other day, and he was like, this is still not 100%. That's what he was saying. This is just the other day that they're going to do this revival. So I don't know if he's just fudging it because they're trying to keep us guessing and get people excited about it or whatever.
Well, I think the reason why Lizzie Kaplan isn't returning is because she's filming some show on FX. I believe is what it was.
I think I like her a lot. I like
scheduling conflict.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm excited for this, though. Regardless, I mean, yeah, it sucks that she won't be back, but I imagine they'll get her in some capacity. I mean, they could probably pull her for a day to have a cameo or something. But
maybe.
Ryan, did you ever watch Party Down? No, we brought this up whenever they announced.
I did. Yeah, I watched it after we talked about it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely check it out.
So, I don't know. I'm not saying I won't watch it. It just kind of bummed me out that Lizzie Kaplan won't be there. Still got Mike Starr and Kim Reno and all the others, normal suspects. So, still Adam Scott's there. Yeah. I really did enjoy when because they kept the integrity of Wet Hot American Summer when they did that little show on Netflix. I really did enjoy that. So, yeah, I don't know. Kim Marino's in that. That's why I spoke about that. So hopefully they keep the integrity because that show is very specific. It's the thing that kind of gives me pause about it is when they brought back, oh shoot, what's the family show with
Arrested Development?
Yeah,
Roseanne.
Arrested Development. When they brought back Roseanne, that's the Connors. That was yikes. But Arrested Development, when they did that season, was it on Netflix that they brought it back for the fourth season? That was just not good. It was just not. It didn't have the same integrity. It was just like completely different.
A lot of recycled humor.
Yeah, it just wasn't good. So I hope that they stay away from that kind of deal here because, like, and I know this sounds silly, but that really did kind of spoil Arrested Development for me. I don't want to go back and watch. I used to watch those shows over and over and over and over.
I totally can still watch first 3 seasons. They're great.
That fourth season, man, just it's I don't know. Just
make your own headcanon, man. Just pretend it doesn't exist. Doesn't matter. First 3 seasons are great.
What would he complain about, though? There's nothing to complain about if he erased it from his memory.
It's just like a
ruined his childhood.
Fly trap up here. No, I didn't say that. All right. Speaking of my childhood, when I was a kid, my grandfather said, "Hey, boy, let's watch a movie." And he turned on a movie that is.
I see where your dad gets his voice from.
Well, it's my mom's dad. My dad talks like dad. Grandfather had a real high pitched voice. So anyway,
like Abe Lincoln.
Sure. This movie was bloody.
Oh, nope. Sorry, jumped the gun.
Geez,
oh boy,
can't handle your graphics. It was the Predator.
Let's do the show like this. This works better.
It was Predator. My grandfather had to turn it off because it made him kind of nervous, but at the same time, he knew that I was a kid.
What you got to be nervous about? You're a damn kid.
It was my grandfather that was nervous. Anyway, so
that was
Predator was the movie, and he's dead. So
I assumed.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
He's dead.
So they're trying to revive the Predator again with a prequel this go around, and Dan Trachtenberg is going to be in charge. So I know we texted about this the other day, but I think this is one that we can dive into. They showed the first look of this the other day. This is it.
This was a Disney Plus day that it dropped.
Yeah. Just have a
like I mentioned,
PG-13.
I think the last thing that we talked about was that it was called Prey.
Mm-hmm.
Which and then they like I mentioned when we talked about that, I don't really have like a lot of
hang on.
I'm not beholden to this franchise.
Say why you're not beholden to this franchise.
Well, I've only seen the one from whatever the Robert Rodriguez produced one. What?
I'm gonna watch Crystal Skull first. That's the Crystal Skull of the Predator.
Well, it's not a continuation; it's standalone.
Yeah, but still, your introduction to the franchise should not be like one of the worst, if not the worst one.
I agree with the Indiana Jones one. As far as me watching Crystal Skull, I was just like,
Don't lie, Brandon. That's
watch
the favorite
Yeah.
Indiana Jones movie you've ever seen.
That's true. That is true.
That's actually 100% true because he can't say he's watched any of the others.
I'm not denying it.
Sometimes,
but yeah, I like I said, I did like 10 Cloverfield Lane, which Dan Trachtenberg directed, and he also directed some stuff on The Boys, and I really love The Boys. So I think there's hope for this to be good. Now, do I feel confident it'll be good? Probably. Not really, but I'll still watch it. I'll still give it a shot, and it's coming to Hulu, I believe, which could be a red flag that it's not getting a theatrical release. But I
mean, I think Ryan and I somewhat agree that this is a franchise that is just completely poor, broke when it comes to, like, I guess,
there's
environments
a
of
handful
where
of
they can
franchises
grow.
that just need to be put on ice for a while, like be
This,
reintroduced down the road or something.
I'm going to talk about one of them in a little while.
Terminator's one of them, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah. Brandon gave you a side eye.
Honestly,
no,
Aliens,
I don't disagree, but I'm still hoping that they'll make a good one again.
I just think that the only thing that Predator has going for it is it has a cool looking like monster alien. It's a cool looking design. That's it. Nothing else does it have going for it. I mean, the Shane Black one should have been really good, and I couldn't even watch. I didn't even see the whole movie. I saw like 20, 30 minutes of it. I don't know. They just keep trying so hard to make this something that we should like. And in all reality, how many Predator movies are there now? Like 6 or 7?
at least. Seems like at least.
And there's only one good one, and it's good, but it's dated like crazy at this point. Like, it's extremely dated, and when I was a kid, it was terrifying, but now I'll go back and watch it, and it's not that terrifying. It's not as
I saw that one fairly
gruesome
recently. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's still when the heads explode and stuff like it's pretty cool, but I don't know. It's I don't know. Just leaving it well enough alone, I think. So,
well, we'll see. Will y'all give it a shot, considering that it's on Hulu and it doesn't really take a lot of effort to turn it on?
I would if I had a Hulu subscription, but I don't.
Al, I know you have Hulu.
I thought you borrowed mine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a big Chrisman, capital Chrisman, all caps profile on there. Because I use it every night to watch Always Sunny. Not the Chrisman profile. I use mine on Al's account.
Yeah, I've got random names. Al knows more.
It always bugs me when I log into your Hulu and some people have their, like, it's all lowercase names. Some, like Ryan's, all capitals. It's like, come on, guys.
Honestly, I didn't even know I have a profile on Al's account. So send me that login.
Maybe Al made it for you.
Yeah.
Or maybe he made it for a Christ man, was it?
Oh, okay.
Just looking for the return.
That's my PureFlix account. So I don't know if I'll watch it or not. Honestly, I get into those phases to where if you go back and watch earlier episodes of our show, where I went through the Rambo and the Arnold Schwarzenegger phases, to where I just wanted to watch cheesy action movies. If this has any of that kind of element to it, maybe, but I just don't see myself sitting down excited or
the perspective on this shot is like he's humongous. If looks like he's far behind her, but He's huge.
That's another thing. I just don't care. I already know how they're going to do this. Like, I mean, every movie's becoming predictable. The little girl is going to become the hero. It's just
I feel like that whole shot is just comp, not even like a.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying it's a weird.
Got to explain these things to Brandon. Right?
It's a weird image, promo image. It's not a poster. I mean, it seems to be.
You're a designer.
It's called concept. It's called concept art.
It's presented as a steal, not a poster. So
it's a concept art piece. That's all it is.
Is it concept art?
Yeah, it's just.
That's a person. That's a real person.
That's a real person.
Maybe it's just a really good drawing.
Maybe.
So, in more reboot
You got
news,
Chuck Close to do this.
This is the best bottleneck poster ever. So, in other reboot news, and then we'll get into some trailers. MGM is going to reboot, possibly, Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal, Doug Liman. I don't know.
Ask me if I've seen this.
Have you seen this?
Ask me if I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
No.
Nope.
Well,
the floor is
like
yours.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
The floor is yours, Al. Why is this a bad idea?
Because the first movie is just it's kind of like what's the movie Viacom Diaz, brah? The Keanu Pacific Break or whatever it's called. Not necessarily for a reboot. No, it's not. Point Break, yeah. When they redid that,
Pacific Break.
I don't know these. These aren't the movies that I was like, oh yeah.
These are just words.
But this movie,
he
like
throws these words around. Explosion.
If you watch this movie and watch Patrick Swayze fight, he's dancing. His toes are pointed like a ballet guy. He's dancing because he was a dancer. And I'm supposed to take that like he's super tough, like he's ripping people's throats out and stuff like that. This movie was just not very good. It's just that it has that kitsch factor and people like to harken back to it because it's just so kitschy. And I don't foresee Jake Gyllenhaal staying attached to this. I don't foresee this being any good. I would be interested in seeing Jake Gyllenhaal do something, but I like him. I think he's one of the better actors out there today, if not the best. But I don't know. It just seems unnecessary and seems desperate for Hollywood to reboot this, just like when they did the Point Break. And nobody liked the Point Break remake, so I have a feeling this is going to go much the same. Just goes right back into everything we talk about. Hollywood is out of ideas. they're just certain sectors of Hollywood will say. How about that? It's just a bad idea. But I don't know. Whatever. There's people out there right now like, oh, and they're gonna act like they like this movie. They're gonna act like it's their favorite movie of all time, and then they're gonna go watch it for the first time after they make those statements. Then they're gonna do a stupid thumbnail like that, acting like they watched it with their mouth open like that the whole time. Just people don't watch movies like that. There's nothing in this movie that's worth holding on to. There's nothing worth digging up and rerouting. It's just bad. So anyway, well, I mean, the music in it's pretty good.
About it?
I'm so tired of the phoniness of people acting like they like stuff when they just don't. Like they do it for clicks and stuff. So whatever. All right.
Nobody's ever accused you of that. So
let's talk about some trailers.
I will say, even though I haven't seen Roadhouse,
I haven't even seen it. Like Zack Snyder's Justice League, people who do that who haven't seen it,
I know exactly. Good point. Great point.
I
I do like Doug Liman. I like a few of Doug Liman's movies. So that like the Firstborn movie, Edge of Tomorrow, I really enjoyed.
Didn't see it.
What was it? Ryan, did you ever see Edge of Tomorrow?
I really watched that one. Yeah,
it's cool. Yeah, it's good.
That was the one where they changed the name of it, right?
Well, yeah, the comic or the manga or whatever it was that it was based on was called
But then they release it as the name, and then they changed it.
It's weird. Yeah,
after it was in
I remember
theaters.
Live, Die,
seeing that,
Repeat was that, but that's not the name of it. That was a tagline. I don't know.
No. It was the name of the movie, and then
I know,
they
but
changed
it still has Edge of Tomorrow in that. But it just had Live, Die, Repeat better.
Yeah,
like
that was a big controversy, and then everybody was like, "That's why the movie didn't make any money because they changed."
Well,
the title.
the original name of what it's based on is called All You Need Is Kill, which I think is a pretty awesome name, and I guess just marketing decided it didn't translate well. Edge of Tomorrow, I guess that sounds too close to what was that movie? The Day After Tomorrow came out a few years prior. Disaster movie. But anyway, yeah. So
I think Tony has a good idea. Nightcrawler 2. Nah, I love Nightcrawler, but he also
I also enjoy it.
Edge of Tomorrow was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. All right, trailers. You good? Good.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Ryan, did you watch them this week?
I did. Actually watched all these except for Nightmare Alley before Brandon sent them to me, and I didn't watch Nightmare Alley because I don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah, I'm the same way on Nightmare Alley. So we'll just go ahead and talk about Nightmare Alley first.
So nobody watched it.
No.
Well, I can talk about it. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about it when I talk about what I've watched for the week because I can bring that up. Okay, how about that?
Little tease.
Little tease. So, how about Don't Look Up with
I'm excited about this one.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I am
This will
too.
be fun. It gave me Burn After Reading vibes a little bit, which I enjoy that movie also.
Yeah, the trailer just looked flat to me, and it looked like I don't know. It
Didn't like it?
It didn't look very interesting at all to me. I don't know.
Why?
It just looked like 5 other movies I've already seen. Looked like 5 or 6 other movies I've already seen, and I don't know. Just a lot more of Leonardo DiCaprio just yelling, acting like that's acting. Yeah, it's just not.
I don't know.
And Meryl Streep. I don't know.
You don't know, apparently. You just keep saying, I don't know.
Meryl Streep just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me.
He doesn't know.
Just didn't do anything for me. Just didn't interest me. I didn't turn it off before the end of the trailer. I'll say that much. But just the jokes in the trailer weren't funny, and it just fell completely flat for me. So I have no interest in seeing it, and I can pretty much guarantee I won't see it. Not out of protest, I just won't see it.
I thought it looked good. I've liked a lot of Adam McKay's movies, so I'm excited for this one. And it's on Netflix, so very easy to watch. I like that. So, but no, I and the cast, I mean, I know that we talk about this a lot, usually in a like questionable light in terms of,
the ensemble
stack casts.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got an amazing cast. And the first thing that Jennifer Lawrence has been in a very long time. So
this is a Netflix thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah, this is probably like the first thing Netflix wise I've been excited about.
It looks like
excited about in a long time.
Good, like
Aren't you
high
excited
quality.
about Army of Darkness or whatever it's called? Army of what was it called? The
Army of
Snyder
Darkness
thing? Was it
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
zombie movie? What was that called?
Yeah, Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
Army of
Darkness.
Dead. Yeah, Army of Darkness was good. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Ryan,
no, I'm excited for it, and it comes out December? Is that when it's dropping?
I believe so.
Yeah, and it's got Timothée Chalamet in it, Al. So
I saw that. I mean, just pour him all over every movie. It looks like a bit part in this one, but
yeah,
I don't know. I think another thing is I'm just tired of people's political slants on things, and that's exactly what this is going to be. Because Adam McKay is extremely outspoken about his politics, and I just kind of get tired of it either way. National champions.
You can have your politics. The movie's funny. I'll watch it.
but it's about politics. National Champions.
But if it's good, I'll watch it.
I did not watch much of this trailer. I know Ryan said he's out because Kevin Costner's not in it.
You ain't lying,
Brandon.
I made a declaration on the group text this week that I've decided I no longer like sports movies unless they're comedies or Kevin Costner's the lead.
So when they make that dramatic movie about the Braves World Series win,
I'm out. It's gonna be too cheesy. They all are.
Paul Giamatti is going to play the manager. Brandon, movie, I know you're a big sports guy, so you in?
Yeah. Well, I only sent the trailer because you guys are into sports, but I thought the cast looked pretty good. J.K. Simmons, Tim Blake Nelson. What's the guy that play? He's in the still guy on the right plays Champ.
Yeah,
Anchorman.
Yeah, I wish I could remember his name right now, but
anyway,
he's that guy in those movies to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Had kind of a Moneyball type feel. I mean, it's about players getting fair payment for
Keckner. That's his name, Keckner.
Yep, Keckner.
Is it?
John?
No, David Keckner.
Yeah, David Keckner. Correct. And you know who else is in it?
Clint Eastwood.
Timothy Oliphant. He is in it.
Not Chalamet.
Right. Different Timothy.
Oh, man. Then I'm definitely not going to see it. Can't see it without Timothy Chalamet in it.
I was thinking Timothy Chalamet whenever I said that.
I know. I could see it in your eyes because you were like so proud of yourself. And then you like mentally corrected yourself as it came out of your mouth.
Yeah. Oliphant. That's an Oliphant.
It's Oliphant.
All right. Well, we talked about this a little while ago when it was announced, but the Pam and Tommy trailer. I know Brandon said he was interested whenever we talked about this being an idea. After seeing the trailer, you still interested?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that. I think that was it. Lily James is that her name?
Yeah.
I think she's super convincing as Pamela Anderson. I think they got the look decent with Tommy, but his mannerisms and it's like he just like, I'm just gonna be Sebastian Stan. I don't want to try to be Tommy Lee.
I hear Warwick Davis is playing his member, so works out.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I hear. Ryan, are you excited about this?
Look, I'm aware of these two, but it's kind of before my time, so I don't really care.
Take our teeth out and put them on the counter. I have.
It looked.
In this.
It's a series, so it's going to be on Hulu. Seth Rogen and Nick Offerman, their characters seem like the type of people that would exploit something like this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm interested, and I will probably check it out.
I'm not angry about it, nothing like that. I just don't care. It doesn't excite me at all. I don't like trashy things.
Why
like
do you
that.
do a movie podcast? You don't like anything.
I like stuff. It's not stuff we talk about on this show. All right. Now, I know Brandon has a rule about the type of movie I'm going to talk about next. In the trailer for Dog, Brandon has he doesn't like to watch movies where dog dies. And I think
I don't think I have that rule.
Well, you don't have that rule. You cry a lot. And Ryan has
cry.
Katie has the rule. You won't watch Marley and Me again. I know that
Never.
much. Yeah,
nope.
Exactly. That's where I get this from.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that won't watch Marley.
That's really the only one. Any other that movie?
What about My Dog Skip?
That was pretty rough too. Oh, I hate that. God, I hate that movie.
C Spot Run, I'll watch on repeat.
Turner Hooch, I'm in. Canine Cop, all over it. So this movie is guys, it's Channing Tatum trying to deliver the dog to a guy's funeral that was in the service, I guess. But the dog has to wear a muzzle because it killed 3 people, I think they said at one time. And anyway, it's a loose cannon kind of dog. So that's where I got into the trailer and I turned it off. How far did you guys get? Did you guys see the whole thing? Ryan, did you watch the trailer?
I watched it. This is something I'll probably watch. It's not something I'm like gonna seek out.
Yeah.
Like I'm stoked for it, but I'd check it out. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a dog guy, you know.
I like dogs. I love dogs. This movie just
like
in
dogs?
particular doesn't. What's that?
You like dogs?
I said dogs.
Yeah, I like dogs. It's from Snatch. Nobody knows.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know the movie, but I don't know that particular quote.
It's like one of the most famous lines from Snatch. Brad Pitt. All right.
Just let him die on his own sword.
All
right.
Spikes his camera and leaves.
To see Brendan's green shirt walking sideways. So he's scared.
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as Ryan. It's not one I'm like stoked for, but it looks solid. It looks like a throwback, like 90s movie, like as far as the type, story itself. So you can definitely, I mean, you can kind of see where it's going to head throughout. I mean, the trailer lays it out for you pretty easily, but still looks like it could be a good little family-friendly watch, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
All right. Well, let's talk about watches of the week.
Well, the other thing that I will talk about because I'd watched it is the new trailer for Nightmare Alley. I'm excited for this movie. I don't know anything about it. I didn't even know until a couple weeks ago when you bought the Criterion of the original that there was an original. So,
well, it's based on a book, and this movie is not a remake of the original movie. This is more of a readaptation of the original book.
Gotcha.
So, I'm sure that Guillermo took a little bit of inspiration. Maybe that's what but he is very much so doing this as an adaptation of the book. So,
I don't know much about besides that Cooper's character is like a kind of like a medium, and I don't know if there is a creature feature element to this story. It seems like there could be, maybe not. Maybe it's all cerebral.
So basically, and this is just the setup. It's nothing. I'm not spoiling anything, but the whole idea of this movie is that they are like a sideshow act, because that was really big back in the 30s, 40s for like the freak shows and stuff like that, to where they have like the bearded woman and the mentalist and such like that. And he is somebody that just wants to get in there. So he gets in and learns some skills of how to do this stuff. And then some stuff starts happening. It's a noir movie. So it's a film noir. So there's a crime that happens. I won't get into, and there's a lot of players and you don't know who did it and such. So pretty good story.
It looks awesome. So
I'm excited about this
to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. Old Guillermo, I trust him. So
I really want to return to Shape of Water. I haven't seen it.
I was just thinking about that the other day.
Came out on home video. So I need to do that. May do that before seeing this one, just to get in that kind of mindset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of want to watch. Well, I I don't know if you guys would be interested, but I have the Kronos and Devil's Backbone Criterion as well. That's Guillermo's movies before Pan's Labyrinth and whatnot. So I kind of might go on kind of a binge of his movies. I'm still surprised Shape of Water's not on Criterion, but I'm not heartbroken over it just yet. So, all right, Ryan, what have you been watching this week?
So I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I started Succession, the new season of Succession. Mm-hmm. Got to mention it again because I'm just in love with the show. I think when we first started this show, I did the same thing when I talked about The Boys every week because it was airing. Mm-hmm. But this show is probably my favorite show on television at the moment. So if you have not checked it out, it's very much worth it.
G says hello, Nani G.
Hey,
yo.
Brandon, I think you're watching along as well. Are you digging this season?
Yeah, it's as good as it ever has been. And it's probably even better this season.
It's amazing
just because of the
dynamics. Yeah.
It's what's funny to me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead. It's fun.
No, what's funny to me about the show is like it's all this stuff that's happening to these people is so stressful, but it's all so white collar and trivial compared to like the stakes of the life and death stakes of so many other shows that are out there. But this one gets me so much more anxious than any of those shows.
Yeah. It's a good point. I love having, and I think this HBO is really the only network that tends to like have me glued into a show to where it's like, I can't wait till Sunday night to watch this show. Yeah. And they've kind of owned Sunday nights forever. And so, this is definitely their flagship right now, as far as that's concerned. Really enjoying it. I think we're probably like halfway through this season. So
probably. Yeah.
Yep.
But again, just got to advocate. If you have not checked it out, definitely check it out. It's very much worth the time. Also been watching Netflix the third season came out fairly recently. I actually just finished that up before we started this stream. This show's it's kind of weird. I like get caught between like this is a really good show and like at times it's a little bit there's like a little bit of like CW in there. I'm like, oh God, don't go there. But then like it pulls me back in with some really cool elements, some cool writing. But it's held my attention enough to watch 3 seasons of it. So I just finished this last season and I would kind of say this felt like a really good end to this show. I would have been kind of cool if they put a bow on it and called this the end of things, but I think it got renewed for a season 4. I told Katie after we finished it that I'll probably have to be roped in pretty hard by the trailer to see if they come up with something creative I don't know. I just don't know really where you go from here without getting repetitive, but
is this
watch the show
a Katie show that you tag along for, or is it a mutual thing?
More mutual, I guess. Because it's definitely something that I'm the one who started season 3, and she checked in. But yeah, it's a weird show with some crazy people. But also worth checking out if you do have a Netflix subscription and you have any interest in like kind of that psycho genre of things. We also, speaking of Netflix, my wife and I checked out 3/4 of Red Notice and bailed.
3/4, huh?
Yep, 3/4. Okay, about halfway through, Katie was like, so this is kind of boring, isn't it? And I was like looking at my phone at the time. Yeah.
Oh, wait, we were still watching this?
Yeah. So watched a little bit more, and she was like, you want to go to bed? I was like, yeah, let's go to bed. So it was, I don't know. It was just very blah. Some good little Ryan Reynolds quips every once in a while, but other than that, nothing.
It's amazing how Netflix continues to put out these kind of like big star movies, but like just for whatever reason, like most of them have this like vibe to them that are just kind of like passable medium, as far as, and I haven't even watched a lot of them, but the reviews coming out of them like always tend to be the same thing. It's like just like
and then the news comes out, and then the news comes out a couple days later. This was the biggest opening we've ever had.
Right.
Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's quantity over quality. I think we've talked about this quite a bit, but I don't think they really give, like back in the day, you used to have 22 to 30 episodes a show per season, and then it got down to like 20, 18, maybe 16 shows a season. Now we're down to 8, and they're putting out so much content because they have to constantly, I mean, it's like they have to fill up their portal every day for everybody to get in there and keep them their attention. And that's why I just don't take these Netflix movies or anything like that. I don't give them any kind of merit when they advertise them coming out. Like that's why I don't see this Adam McKay movie. I don't think it's going to be any good. I think they're just going to do much the same. Just put it on there. Let's get it on there so people will watch, and we'll just move on to the next thing. And that's,
I think the difference though with that one is the release time, and I think they're doing a theatrical like they do like most of those November, December Netflix. They'll have like like The Irishman's and and the Mank and things like that. Like they put them out Christmas-ish time for awards purposes, and Adam McKay has always had like his last couple of runs that he's done have been more awards-driven performance type movies. Not to say that this one will be, but it looks more in line with an Adam McKay, theatrical release than a Netflix movie.
Adam McKay's involved with Succession as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a producer. Yeah, Will Ferrell, which I think they just ended their partnership. He and Will Ferrell.
Did they?
They're I can't remember the name of it, but
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you, but
no, you're good.
It's interesting that you didn't even. You're like, all right, that's enough. But yeah, I mean, that's
I don't know.
That's kind of the vibe. A lot of, unfortunately, like like the Ryan Reynolds, Michael Bay movie that they did. I was like, I think you watched it. Like the Chris Hemsworth Extraction movie. Like a lot of those movies are like, they just. I didn't watch them, but I did by the trailers. I was like, I don't know. Like they all feel this
to it. It's more of like they get by on that star power and a couple cool action scenes. Or, like I don't know.
I mean, I get it. I get the model. They're trying to just continue to put out content each week. That was their promise for this year, a new movie every Friday. So, you're not going to put out you're going to have to kind of cut your losses when it comes to they can't all be bangers, but
sure. Then I kind of wrap it up. We watched, Katie and I just kind of randomly put on The Bourne Identity and The Bourne Supremacy the following evening. Those movies are just great. Anytime I hear a European police siren, all I think about is these movies.
You didn't do the ultimatum?
Music. We did not. No. I don't know. I like Ultimatum, but these two are kind of my bread and butter. Read the books. I don't think I read
the book.
Actually, stopped reading after Supremacy, so maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, I don't know. These the action, the combat, they're very like high paced and probably my favorite Matt Damon anything.
Gotcha. I don't think I've returned. I don't think I've watched these since I bought them on Blu-ray when that trilogy Blu-ray box set came out years ago. Yeah. I don't even think I've watched it since I bought it.
Identity holds up really, really well, surprisingly.
So Identity was before, like, because that was Doug Liman, then Paul Greengrass took over the next two.
Yeah,
and I've the 2 and 3 are the ones where they do the shaky cam fight choreography stuff.
Some stuff,
yeah.
More in 3 than 2, I think. But yeah, I think Greengrass did the latest one as well.
Yeah, see that
Jason Bourne.
I don't think I saw all of Legacy either.
Legacy I kind of view as its own. I mean, it is its own thing, but I didn't have any difficulty kind of separating it from this storyline. But yeah, these movies are fun. I actually every time I go to Waterloo, the vinyl store I go to, they have a soundtrack there that I always come like this close to buying. I know I'm going to do it at one point. But yeah,
the day you make up your mind, go get it. It's not going to be there anymore.
Right? Exactly.
That's going to be how you do that.
No.
Why, Lord? I like.
Yeah, Legacy is definitely different. It's definitely different.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen Legacy, to be honest. I own it because it's in that box set, but I don't know that I ever saw it. I don't know if I ever took the time to watch it. So.
A lot of people, I believe the critical reception was pretty poor to that. I could be wrong. I know a lot of people that I've talked to don't like it, and I actually enjoy that movie. I just kind of am able to, like I said, separate it from the others. It's very different.
Right. Brandon, what have you been watching?
Well, Succession, we already talked about that. We actually, since we kind of finished a few things that we had been kind of tracking on, Melissa and I, we picked back up Ted Lasso because we had taken a break to watch a few other things.
Did you finish it?
No, I think we're
man,
we're on episode 7-ish, I think.
Okay.
Season 2. So still really enjoy that show's fun. I mean, it's just, just good. Yeah. It's good, just a good show. And so yeah, we're still tracking on that. I'm anticipating the beard episode that everybody talks about. I have no I don't know what it's about.
It's amazing. It's so great.
I know that everybody had been raving about how amazing it was.
It's just,
and I have no context of, like, in my head. I don't know what this episode could be because it's like a bottle episode, right? Of him.
Yeah, for sure.
So
they just keep leading you down, like making you think that things are about to take a really like dark turn or good turn, and then they just go the opposite.
Well, I assume it's got
direction.
something to do with his girlfriend.
Yeah, loosely, yeah. It's
that's
I
the
usually
episode
hate,
that we watched.
I usually hate bottle episodes, and
yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah. And then Al mentioned earlier that we were having friends over. My pastor and his 2 kids came over, and we were going to watch a movie, and I had invited Al, and I was like, I don't know what we're going to watch, but you're welcome to come. And then I found out what we're going to watch, and I was like, hey, this is what we're watching. So join at your own risk. And we watched Jungle Cruise on Disney Plus.
And I still haven't seen Brandon.
That's good in the eyes of the Lord.
They had already seen it. Luna and I hadn't seen it, obviously.
They willingly watched that twice?
Hey, 4 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
One of them. It wasn't a bad movie. It was serviceable. It was, about what, I don't know, depending on the person, what you would expect. Al would probably expect way less. Ryan probably would be what you expect as well, but probably not as bad as what Al would expect.
Just The Rock. It's terrible.
It reminded me a lot of like National Treasure meets The Mummy. Kind of, what you can kind of gauge that from the trailers, but it's it was fine. I'm it's not a movie I need to see again, but for a Saturday night with the fam and guests, it was a fine watch. I'm not gonna take a big poo on it because the kids.
My exact exchange with Brandon was, "Hey, come at your own risk." I said, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass. I don't want to ruin the night for everybody." And Brandon said, "Why? It's never stopped you before." And I said, "Yeah, but there's children involved. I don't want to make them cry." So I didn't go, but it worked out.
Yeah, you would have been asleep snoring. Would have been fine. I fell asleep actually.
Yeah,
I have to admit,
it looks like a milquetoast movie, just very paint by numbers.
It's yeah. I mean, it's just that's kind of it is what it is. It's what they set out to make. Yeah. So watch that, and one thing that I was kind of tracking on off and on over the last couple of weeks, just here and there, is have y'all watched any of the movies that made us little mini docs?
I watched the first season.
Have these been on for a while, right?
There's a second season now.
I feel like
so. Yeah, I'd watched a handful of them. Like I think I watched the Dirty Dancing, Die Hard, Home Alone ones from the first season.
Yeah.
And then last couple of weeks I watched Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Forrest Gump. Maybe another, I can't remember. But yeah, they're all. The good thing about this versus watching like a behind the scenes is they kind of have, for the most, like kind of a warts and all type approach where like it shows a lot of the drama behind the scenes that you don't really know about if you were to watch just regular like docs from the studio on the Blu-rays or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, man. It always, every time I watch one of these episodes, I'm like, it's amazing any movie gets made, period. Like as far as, from concept to completion, all the back and forth and politics and everything that goes into making a movie. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So I would definitely recommend watching any of these. I'm sure you'll find something. They have probably like 10 or 12 episodes, different movies throughout, lots of classic movies. So check it out.
Nice.
Albert?
Well, as we talked about earlier, I watched Nightmare Alley, the 1947 version on Criterion. I made a
no way.
Yeah, I made a promise to myself and on my episode of Criterion Corner that I've got some new rules for myself while purchasing Criterion. I showcased 5 that I just purchased, and I cannot buy any more until I watch these 5 because there's still movies up on my shelf from previous sales that I have yet to watch. So I just felt like I was hoarding them versus actually buying them for what they're intended for, and that is watching. So that really started a good conversation in the comments. If you want to watch that episode, please do. Much appreciated. I don't know. Some people said that would be too hard for them, but it's kind of fun because it is really making me watch these movies. I'm in the middle of another movie right now. I have 1.5 movies to go before I'll get your opinion on this. So there was one movie that I bought that I had seen a couple times prior. I actually own it on Arrow, but it's a European copy. So I can't watch it because I don't have a multi-regional player, which Tony actually suggested one to me. So I might be grabbing that. But So I went ahead and grabbed it.
How many of them does he have? The players.
That I don't know. He'll have to answer that for us. So, but no. So I'll be. My question to the audience on the video, and I'll ask you guys: should I have to watch that video in order to buy more that movie to buy more because I've already seen it twice? Being that that's my new rule.
You asking us? The comments.
No, you guys, the two on the show and people in the comments. That's fine.
Look, you're talking to a collector here, so it's hard for me to, prevent you from collecting.
Yeah, I don't just want to collect though. I just want to actually watching these.
I love
movies.
collecting.
I love collecting. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. And we'll talk about some other crap that I bought this week. With that. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's right here at Christmas. But anyway, I don't know. I feel like I get the pass. Just
one region.
Okay,
well, that's disappointing.
It's like you don't even watch movies.
Got a really big cellophane collection. So anyway, I'm probably gonna pass on that one. I bought that movie with the intention of maybe one day you guys watching that movie, and maybe my movie club watching that movie. It's a really good movie. Blowout. John Travolta's in it, and it's a Brian De Palma movie. It's a very good movie. It's Travolta in his early years. So Nancy Allen's in it. It's a very good movie. So I think I'll pass on that one, but I have Taste of Cherry to go, and The Mirror, and I've already watched High Sierra, and of course Nightmare Alley. Then I watched one of my favorite movies. Now this movie, I'm interested to know if Tony owns this next movie. Okay. One of my favorite movies of all time is the forgotten John Hughes movie, because he didn't direct it. He wrote it, though, and produced it. And that's Dutch with Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's right up there with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for me. I own this movie on DVD because there is not a Blu-ray. There is no digital copy that you can buy.
Yeah, this is probably inaccurate. I knew it at the time when I made it. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you can buy the DVD for like $40 or $50 now. So I'm glad I got my hands on it a long time ago, but I watched it on DVD, and the transfer didn't bother me. Nothing bothered. I loved every second. I can watch this movie, and I have this is one of those movies. If it's like cold outside and I'm got like a little cold or something, I just want to watch a movie, I can watch this movie time and time. It's right up there with like Christmas Vacation and everything for me. I love this movie. I do not own Dutch. Yeah, you can buy it on Blu-ray for $160. Well, start my crowdfund.
Sold.
Yeah.
It's like buying Just Friends on Blu-ray.
Well, I am about to sell a few vinyl. So anyway, this movie is so great. If you can get your hands on it, watch it. If it's ever streaming, which it's not right now, but if it ever is, I highly suggest it. I want to start a groundswell for this movie to get a proper release. I love this movie so much, and I just think that this is the John Hughes movie that more and more people need to see. It's got a lot of heart to it. It's a coming of age movie. There's parts of this movie that are in Atlanta. It's like they actually talk about Atlanta. And I was a big fan of Ethan Embry back then, and Ed O'Neill from Married with Children, and that's what drew me to the movie. But the movie has a lot of really good heart, just like all John Hughes movies do. So yeah, it's a very, very good story. I like it.
Speaking of John Hughes.
Well, okay. I'm in the Christmas mood. I'm making a Christmas movie calendar. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take a bullet for the team here. Have either of you seen Home Sweet Home Alone?
No,
not yet.
I will not be seeing it.
I will see it.
Okay. I'm going to have to talk about it a little bit here. There's not much to spoil here. You get the premise of the movie just by the poster. Now, I don't know if you can see the tagline on there, on that poster.
No parents, no problem. Got it. Okay.
No, the tagline underneath the Home Sweet Home
Holiday
Alone.
classics were meant to be broken.
Yeah, and they broke it. Now, I am not a fan of 3 through 5, I think.
Have you seen them?
I've seen 3 and 4. I never watched 5.
But you're not a fan of it.
Huh?
But not a fan.
No. And then this one. This is
Noticing a trend.
This is one of the like worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Archie Yates. Whenever we watched Jojo Rabbit, we all talked about how much we loved. Like we were like, this kid's great, you know, and he was. He's a good little kid actor. But
hello, Jojo.
the writing in this movie is terrible. I knew I was in trouble from the title screen. It looks like something you would download from like a template website. It's terrible. It's awful. Then right after the title screen, there's a yard and there's a real estate sign in the yard and has Kenan Thompson. Is that his name? From Kenan and Kel and Saturday Night Live and stuff. His face is the real. I'm like, geez, he's in this movie. And I don't even care to what percent. He still acts like he's on a Nickelodeon show as a kid. That's exactly how he acts. And it's so annoying. So I'm like, all right, every single character in this movie is punchable. Like you just hate every single character in this movie. And the way that they do this is like the kid, the Archie Yates character, he is such a little prick. That like Kevin McAllister was a jerk, but he had a story arc where he learned like that he loved his family and that he really wanted his family. That was the real meaning of Christmas and this, that, and other. There's literally a scene in a church. Sorry, I'm going to have to talk about spoilers here. I'll give you a second, everybody. He's in a church. He has no redeeming factors, no like I miss my mom or anything. And then all of a sudden he's like, I miss my mom. And then he steals a toy from a church toy drive. So I'm sitting there watching this movie and I'm like, man, this movie's just awful. It's just god awful. And none of the jokes were funny. Didn't laugh one time. The brother it's about a married couple trying to get something back from this kid. They think he stole something. And the guy's brother is one of the most detestable characters. Like you just hate this guy. And like, I've seen this actor in other stuff and he's annoying in other stuff and he's very annoying in this. So maybe that's just his shtick. This movie was bad. They let some people, you can tell they let some people kind of riff on improv and it just didn't land. It was just bad. And whenever he's like torturing the people in the house, it's not like Kevin McAllister was like, all right, I'm getting them back. I'm protecting my house and stuff like that. This kid's like standing like 5 feet away from him. Like, yeah. And he's enjoying watching them like, and they're like, please stop, please just stop. There's a misunderstanding and stuff like that. And he's just like, he's eviscerating these kids. So I look it up and I'm like, who wrote this movie? And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. Saturday Night Live writers wrote this movie. And that show is awful. It hasn't been funny in, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And I went back and looked at other stuff that they had written outside of Saturday Night Live, and it's all about what you expect. And then the director done, I don't know, a couple British movies, and then he did like some made for TV movies and stuff. This movie's just awful. This is a cash grab. This is not something this is just like we were talking about earlier, just quantity over quality. So I was like, all right, I hate this movie. I told my sisters about it. They were like, yeah, we didn't have any, like the kids don't even want to see it. Like I have niece and 3 nephews ranging from 6 years old up to 17 years old, and none of them want to see this. So that was okay. So then I was like, I wonder if that is the worst Christmas movie. And so I went out and I watched the sequel of another classic Christmas movie just to test the waters here. And if I said to you, Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy is a better movie, you know you're in trouble. This movie is not great. This movie is about what you expect it to be. It's not something I'll ever watch again. I won't add it to the Christmas list or anything like that. But I love Jingle All the Way 1. I know Brandon does. I don't even know if Ryan's seen it. Have you seen it, Ryan?
A long time ago, but not
okay.
long. Yeah.
So anyway, this movie is actually has more heart. It's a little warmer. It's still a bad movie. Don't get me wrong, but Home Sweet Home Alone is just so bad that I can't suggest that movie to anybody. And I know that you guys are way more forgiving and you try to like say something good about, but that movie is just so bad. And I hope that they talk about franchises that need to take a break. That is one they just need to stop all the way. They were so desperate. The Buzz stuff in there is like some of the dumbest lines I've ever heard in my life. And then they try to bring up Kevin McAllister and they try to tease that he's in the movie, which Macaulay Culkin is not in the movie. So it's just one of those things. It's just, I don't know. It's just a bad movie. This is the kind of stuff I'm not mad about it. It's just, I don't understand how people get away with this. I don't know. Disney is just making bad decisions all around.
I'm surprised that you watched it.
I watched it because I'm trying to make this Christmas list, this Christmas calendar of movies you should watch. So I was trying to see if this movie was serviceable or
bad in the trailer.
No, it's dude, it's worse than what you're thinking. I'm telling you, it is. Like if I had kids, to be honest with you, if I had kids, I would not let my kids watch this movie because it's not because it's just a bad
judgment
movie.
Call.
I'm just saying if I had kids, I'm just saying this for.
I love parenting advice from people that don't have kids.
I have nieces and nephews. I'm fine. I entertain kids. I'm good. That's like saying, hey, you don't know.
Crazy Pants says.
So, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you're a bad parent if you do. I'm just saying I personally would not let my kids watch this movie. I'm giving like a warning to parents if they were wondering if this movie was serviceable for kids. I think that the original Home Alone has violence and such like that, but the criminals were deserving of the actions in that movie because they were trying to kill a kid. This movie, you feel bad the whole entire movie for the quote unquote criminals. And I won't explain any more than that, but yeah, no, it will not be on my list. I'm be honest with you. This almost canceled Disney Plus after this. I was just like, this is ridiculous. Cause I never watch Disney Plus unless it's like Mandalorian, the Boba Fett series has got me excited, but this is just bad. I can't say how bad.
The Boba Fett series has you excited?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. This is great.
Oh, you perked up.
But anyway, yeah, this is just this. Please write your politicians. Don't watch this movie. Anyway,
spay and neuter your pets.
Yes, Bob Barker says so. Did you guys buy any physical media?
Yeah.
I did not. Actually, you know what? I did. 1 second.
Uh-oh. What'd you buy, Brandon? What'd you grab? What'd you get?
I think we may have some similar.
Yeah, we do.
Physical media.
Yeah.
Green Knight. Amazon's doing some early Black Friday stuff. That was $10.
Yeah,
on
$10.
Amazon.
It was $30 for the longest time. So really good deal.
Yeah.
Ryan bought the Daredevil. Yeah.
Season 1 on vinyl.
Yeah.
In the middle of rewatching this show. Love the music. Love the show. Mondo. It's pretty.
Got some Mondo headed our way, don't we, Brandon?
Did you order it from Mondo or did you find it in store?
No, I found it. It was like everywhere. I've been looking for this one for a few months. Everywhere I was looking, it was at like at least $70. And I found it on, it's actually the same site that we bought that, the little record table spinner thing for you, Al.
Oh yeah.
Big Bad Toy Store. I guess they got a few in stock, and they were $35. So I was like, can I get that?
Nice.
So.
Cool. Mondo's doing free shipping right now.
I think I saw that picture of those. The vinyl's red, right?
Yeah, and Mondo's doing free shipping too. So
I got that text from you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What are horseshoes?
So Ryan, what was the first?
Is anyone listening to me?
Can anybody hear me?
I'm gonna make a T-shirt. Like, this is the only one of this that exists. I'm gonna make a T-shirt for Brandon, the only one that exists. I watched Crystal Skull first. Publicly shame me. I think that's necessary.
We did get a gift from Al too before we got Pan's Labyrinth on Criterion, so gotta check that out. There you go. There it is.
Chris refused to copy.
He did pretty hard. I tried to get him to
he refused. He's like, I'm not giving Al my address. So I get
smart, Chris. Yeah, and I picked up some other things since they had some stuff on sale. I got Godzilla versus Kong.
Nice.
4K UHD.
I saw that on there.
And which I enjoyed. I think
I don't remember, Ryan. You didn't enjoy that, did you? As much, or did you? Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't think either one of us did. One of those rare times we agree. So.
I mean, it was what I expected it to be. So, and then I bought the Quiet Place collection for my nephews because I had talked about.
Hope they're not watching.
They don't. Nobody in my family watches.
But what happens when they come out with the next one?
Well,
no.
What's going to happen though? They're so rowdy. Like, I should not be giving them a disc because it's just going to get scratched up. They're not going to keep it in the case. It's going to be laying around the coffee table. It's
going to be a frisbee.
Coaster.
It's the sentiment more than anything. And it has a digital too, so at least they'll have that. And they can't tear that up.
How soon do you think they'll figure out how to do that?
I'll do it for them.
Yeah, exactly. Comes with a gift certificate.
Their parents wouldn't even be able to do it. I'm gonna have to do it.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Did you get anything else?
All I got.
That's all you got.
That's it,
guys. Something finally came in the mail. I've been waiting on this.
Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Showing. So I ordered this from a guy on eBay. And I watched my little app. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. My little shipment app. It got here and it was the wrong variant. I was like, son of a mother. So I messaged him. Spent top dollar on it. He advertised it was the right one. It was not. He said, go ahead and send it back. He was nice about it. So I shipped that off. I ordered it immediately. I actually paid $10 more than I originally paid the other guy. And I got Halloween 2018 expanded edition. Only 500 of the candy corn variant made. And I got number 339. Very excited. I am addicted to this album. I cannot stop listening to it. So
I would like to see the process of how they make those types of vinyls.
It's actually pretty cool. I didn't watch something like
those types of vinyls.
Yeah, it's like this looks like a bloody cat eye to me. I don't know, but it's pretty neat. Like, they have like the pumpkins there's two records in here, and they're the pumpkins are kind of like dying, like they're softening up or whatever. So I'm really excited about it. And of course, if you want to see what else I got, you can go over to Criterion Corner because I showed the 5 movies that I bought for Criterion that I won't bore everybody here with. But yeah, pretty excited. I did tell everybody, even though I haven't watched everything, I had to go ahead and pre-order because I know I am going to watch these 5. I had to go ahead and pre-order Citizen Kane. So on 4K. So pretty excited about that because that thing's going to sell like crazy. So pretty excited about getting that in at the end of the month. So maybe we can do another round table, talk about Citizen Kane. Maybe you guys can watch it for the first time. Who knows? Whatever.
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
It's not that long of a movie. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I purchased. So I'm thinking about doing a Citizen Kane Mank double feature. So all right, so we do have some movies releasing this week, and we spoke about it earlier. We have Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out, King Richard, and come on. Anybody running to the theaters to see any of these, or anybody watching King Richard on HBO Max?
I'll be checking out Ghostbusters in theaters probably, but not the other two.
Okay, Brandon.
There's a chance Melissa and I may watch King Richard. She's a big tennis, fan. So Venus and Serena were, I wouldn't say idols, but like people of the tennis world that she admired. And so we may watch that. I do want to see Come On, but it's in limited release. And if I was going to go see a movie in the theaters, it would definitely be Ghostbusters. I doubt I will see it though. But I still want to see it. So
yeah, I want to see Come On. I have no interest whatsoever in King Richard. Will Smith, I just don't.
Yeah, they would have been better off using a different actor, like an unknown for that one.
Just watching him try to cry is one of the most painful things. But yeah, Come On looks great to me. So I might try to seek that out. I don't know that I'll be able to see it this week because I have a pretty tight week, but just depends on how close I can find a theater that's playing it. But yeah, I'm trying to get out to the theater more. Also, I have all these Criterion I have to watch, and it's the end of college football season. So,
Yay.
Don't worry. We still got bowl games and postseason. Like, you're good. All right. Don't worry.
And I don't believe next Thursday we'll have a show, guys, because it's Thanksgiving.
Thanksgivings.
So I'll
everybody go around the room. Tell us one thing you're thankful for.
I'm thankful
for old movies.
For Criterion. Yeah. Well, that's the only thing I got to hold on to now for the most part. I'm thankful for
He wasn't
you guys.
being serious.
Thankful for you guys and the audience. It's the only place people talk to me. No. Anyway, so everybody, really do hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. And guys, got anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Don't think so.
I got nothing.
All right, then. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Let us know what you've been watching. Let us know what we've been watching. Ryan, you want to tell them where they can find us?
Yeah, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of our videos. We are on Instagram at CiNEMACHinePod, and we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CiNEMAChinePod. We appreciate all the support we get there.
Yeah,
Tony, if you see any good deals pop up over these Black Friday sales, let us know.
Right.
I know that you've got them tracked and ready to go.
What are you talking about? Tony's the one that makes up the deals. He's the one that people consult.
Yeah.
Like, what movies should go on sale this Black Friday? He's like, I've got a couple extra of this that I can give you. I've got the best Black Friday deal for free. You can get Gracias. Thank you, Donata. So you can get a free copy of Suicide Squad from Ryan if you beg hard enough. So, and this isn't the newest one. This is
no one's gonna. Don't worry.
No one has yet in over a year. so anyway, well, everybody have a great one.
People to take it.
Yeah, exactly. Start putting it in like panhandlers cups and stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I said $1.
Spanish.
Thank you.
Gracias, you mean?
No, well, gracias. mucho. Anyway, all right, folks, have a great Thanksgiving. And until next time, please continue to watch lots and lots of movies. We'll see you on the next Cinemachine.